Every legendary manga started somewhere small. Dragon Ball, Naruto, One Piece, Death Note all began as one-shots before becoming the series we know today. So if you're sitting on an idea for a manga, novel, or webtoon, but don't know where to start, this video is for you. I'm going to explain exactly what one-shots and prequels are, which strategy is best for your story, and how to avoid the biggest mistakes that destroy aspiring artists before they even get started. First, let's go over the differences. A one-shot is a self-contained story told in 15 to 60 pages, though they can be longer, and usually one chapter. It has a complete beginning, middle, and end in a single publication. A one-shot could be part of a larger fictional universe, it can be completely standalone, or act as the precursor for a series you want to develop later. A prequel tells the events that happen before your main storyline. Prequels are usually written after the main series has been established, but you can write them before if that's what your story needs. Even though it's set in the past, a prequel still follows chronological order within its own timeline. And you can absolutely combine both. A prequel one-shot gives readers context before the main series. Jujutsu Kaisen 0 is the perfect example. It's both a one-shot format and a prequel to the main series. But what's the point of a one-shot? A one-shot allows you to experiment with ideas before committing to 100+ chapters. You can test different characters, power systems, world building, and story structures to see what your readers respond to. This gives you the chance to refine your storytelling based on feedback before investing years into a big project. Many legendary series started exactly this way. Dragon Ball, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, Berserk, and Death Note all began as one-shots before becoming the iconic manga we know and love today. Creating a one-shot gives you the opportunity to practice your visual art techniques as well. You learn to develop page layouts, panel composition, character designs, and action sequences from beginning to end. If you look at early one-shots compared to the serialized versions, the art is often less refined. This shows how the author progressed and improved their style over time. Having a finished product also gives you something concrete to show editors and publishers. One-shots allow you to gauge the interest of your readers by giving them a taste of your fictional universe. If readers like the one-shot, there's likely a good chance they'd enjoy more chapters on it. Jujutsu Kaisen 0 was originally titled Tokyo Metropolitan Curse Technical School and was meant to be standalone. When it became popular with readers, the author, Gege Akutami, developed it into the full Jujutsu Kaisen series. One-shots are essentially like TV pilot episodes. They show the concept with low risk for both you and the reader. One-shots are often written for contests as well, which can be your first real step into the professional manga industry if you want to go through a traditional publisher. They're much easier to get published than pitching a full series because publishers take on less risk. Successfully completing a one-shot builds your portfolio and proves to editors that you can finish a complete story with good pacing, which is a major skill many comic artists struggle with. So, which strategy should you take? Strategy number 1, create a pure one-shot if you have no plan for longer series. This approach is best for testing if you can complete a story from start to finish. It's ideal for contest submissions, where you need a standalone narrative, and it's perfect for building your portfolio with complete works. Many of Tatsuki Fujimoto's early experimental one-shots fall into this category. Complete stories that weren't necessarily meant to be expanded into longer series. Strategy number 2, create multiple prototype one-shots. This strategy is best for testing concepts before committing to full serialization. You create multiple one-shots with the intention of expanding them if they succeed. It's perfect for pitching your idea to publishers because it shows them a complete vision in miniature form, and it allows you to get reader feedback. Strategy number 3, create a prequel one-shot after your main series. If you already have an existing novel or manga, this approach is best for expanding your already established universe. You write this after your main series has gained traction, using the prequel to answer fan questions about backstory or to introduce new characters who might appear in the series. Many successful manga release these later to keep fans engaged between major story arcs or to provide deeper lore for dedicated readers. Strategy number 4, create a prequel one-shot before main series. This strategy is best when you haven't started a long-running series yet. You have massive world building that needs some setup before your main story can begin. It's ideal for complex power systems or lore that would slow down your main narrative if you tried to explain it all at once. It works when your main story absolutely needs context to make sense. So, which strategy is best for you? If you want to create a long-running series with massive world building, an expanding cast of characters, complex lore or mythology, and multiple interconnected storylines, then you should seriously consider a prequel one-shot approach. If you're just starting out as a creator, you should start with standalone one-shots first. Build your fundamental skills by completing projects. Use these early works to find your unique voice and style. Then, once you've mastered the basics of storytelling, consider expanding your most successful concepts into longer series. But There are mistakes to avoid when creating your one-shot. Number 1, making your one-shot too complicated. A one-shot is only 30 to 60 pages, so it's best to keep your story focused on one clear conflict and one satisfying end that gets people wanting more. Trying to cram too many plot threads into a one-shot will leave readers confused. Number 2, saving your best ideas for later. Put your strongest concepts, coolest character moments, and most unique world building directly into the one-shot. If your one-shot doesn't grab readers, you'll never get a chance to show them what comes later. Number 3, ignoring character arcs and development. Try not to ignore character development just because the format is short. Even in a one-shot, readers need to emotionally connect with your protagonist and see them grow or change. A complete character arc in a short story is better than an incomplete epic. In conclusion, there's no one-size-fits-all answer to whether one-shots or prequels are better. The best approach depends on your experience level as an artist, the scope of your story, and your specific goals, like a contest entry, a series launch, and your time and resources. What matters most isn't which format you choose, but that you use it to tell a compelling story that resonates with readers. Start small, test your ideas, learn from the process, and build from there. If this video helps you, hit the like button and leave a comment below. Also, if you want to get started writing your first one-shot manga, head over to mangascript.com to download the one-shot guide. It's a page-by-page breakdown of 3 high-quality manga one-shots, and it makes it 10 times easier to write your own script. And don't forget to join our Discord community. The link is in the description. It's a great place to share your work and connect with fellow creators. Thanks for watching!